Well, hey everybody, John Ritlin here, and these are my predictions for New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup 2019 tournament. 32 minutes, 16 last year, and last year's tournament was great. Zack Sabre Jr. won it and earned the right to face the IWGP Heavyweight Champion at the time. It was Okada at Sakura Genesis. They had a great match. He was unsuccessful in beating Okada, but still his star continued to rise. That's the whole point of this tournament. Maybe give a slightly established star a chance. Give a new star that you want to build a chance. That's the whole point of tournaments. And that's why New Japan Cup actually was a whole lot of fun last year. This year's 32-man tournament that I fantasy booked on a little sheet. And if you can read my handwriting, you're better than me because I have horrible handwriting. I'm still very, very excited for this tournament. 100% it's going to be great. I do want to say, though, however, I will have to miss the live tweeting of the March 10th and March 14th episodes. And I might even have to miss the reviews entirely due to work. So if I have to miss those, I do apologize. I will be here to do every single live show I can. But unfortunately, work, that paycheck, I need that. And so I will update you at the anniversary show as well as every single New Japan Cup review that I do. If I have to miss any of them, I apologize in advance. But yeah, 32 men are vying for the chance to face the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Jay White at the MSG show that Ring of Honor and New Japan are putting on during WrestleMania weekend. And yes, I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to be watching this MSG show. I'm going to watch it here. I'm going to watch it with my best friend somehow. So don't worry, I'm going to be reviewing that. But let's get right into this tournament field. Now, there are some people that are just simply there to take losses. I'm going to get into that here in a bit. But we have Yuji Nagata versus Tomohiro Ishii to start off. And oh yes, that's a good start. Heavy striking, all this stuff. It's going to be great. Nagata's going to lose. Ishii's going to advance. I have Ishii going pretty far in this tournament. And the reason is because Ishii had such a great 2018, even in defeat. I think he deserves a couple wins in this tournament. I just think he does. Nagata, well-established, legend in New Japan, legend in Japanese wrestling in general. He could take a loss. Him and Ishii are going to have a really good striking contest, and it's going to be great stuff. Then we get Honma versus Taichi. Taichi, nothing against Honma. I don't mean to move on from that so quickly, but Taichi's going to win. You need a heel winning, and Honma, sorry, he's still being the guy to put people over here. And thankfully, he's still okay, even though I cringe every time I see him hold his head. But yeah, Taichi's going to get the victory. Dubious methods or, straight up, who the fuck knows, but he's going to win. Then we get Nakanishi versus Yoshihashi, and Nakanishi's losing. Yoshihashi needs something. The guy's actually pretty good in the ring and had that terrible injury last year. Just came back, and they beat him to powder almost, like pretty much every night. Now, yeah, he's gotten a couple victories, been on the winning side of some tag matches, but he deserves a victory in this tournament. He won't get more than one, but he deserves a victory in this tournament. And Juice Robinson versus Chase Owens. Chase Owens is in this tournament to take a loss. Nothing against Chase. Mid-card guy, at least so far. He's good in the ring. He's actually really good in the ring, but I don't find him that interesting. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Not at all. But Juice is beating him here. I have Juice going pretty goddamn far in this tournament because they could go with a Juice versus Jay White storyline based on, hey, Juice beat him for the IWGP US Championship last year at the G1 special at the Cow Palace. So yeah, they could go with that. Now, I don't think they're going to go with that, but they got about 4 routes they could go with a few people. And I mean, maybe you could argue that maybe 6 people could win this tournament, but I mean, really, I'm going with about 4. Juice could, but I don't think he's going to. We then get Okada versus Michael Elgin. Yes, unfortunately, Michael Elgin is in a tournament. I don't like the guy. Google Michael Elgin in Scandal if you don't understand why. Okada is beating Elgin. He has to. Okada is going to get very far in this tournament. He has to. I'm not saying Okada's going to win, or will he? You'll find out here at the end, but Okada has to beat Elgin. There's no reason for Elgin to get a victory here. If Elgin was facing, I don't know, Nagata, something like that, then okay, I could get it. But no, he's facing Okada, who needs a win. Elgin really doesn't. I'm amazed that Elgin is actually coming back so soon, because I understand he had to have some kind of surgery. So hopefully he's recovered. But yeah, don't really care for Elgin as a person. But Okada's beating him. And then we get Mikey Nicholas, I believe, former member of the Mighty from, or TM61 in WWE, and also, teaming up with Shane Thorne. Yeah, he was the one that asked for his release because of recently having a kid with his girlfriend wife. And the whole point is now he's he's a member of Chaos, and he is facing Hikuleo, who has just recently made a return from injury, from an ACL injury, I believe. This one could go either way. The problem is, I don't know. I don't think Mikey's going to get the victory here. I think Hikuleo will, because I think they want to try and establish one of the, maybe give him a victory and everything. And who's to say Mikey isn't going to make more appearances or whatever? Just because he's in Chaos doesn't mean he needs to get a victory. He could. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but whoever wins here is going to lose to Okada anyway. Might as well give it to Hikuleo. Maybe Okada can get a good match out of Hikuleo, who's showing promise before his ACL tear. This one could go either way, but I got Hikuleo winning. Then we got Will Ospreay versus Bad Luck Fale. Ospreay. Yes, Ospreay is going to be challenging Jay White, he's going to be facing Jay White, rather, at the anniversary show. Never Openweight Champion versus the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Much like when Ospreay was Junior Heavyweight Champion and challenged Okada, who was a champion last year at this time. He challenged him at the anniversary show. I got Ospreay winning a few matches here. A couple matches. Fale could. I have nothing against Fale as a person, but I get bored very easily watching him. He is impressive in the ring for a guy his size. He really is. And they could go another route with it, but it's like having Ospreay lose in the first round would seem very, very odd. Even if he is not necessarily going to win. I don't know. I got Ospreay winning here. And then we got Toa Hanare versus Lance Archer. I so badly want Hanare to win. Because if they had Hanare win, then Hanare could face Will Ospreay. Or possibly Bad Luck Fale, and they maybe could have a better man. Hanare could beat Bad Luck Fale. I got Archer winning. Because I think Archer and Ospreay would be more interesting to see if Ospreay could hit the Stormbreaker on Archer. If Hanare wins and faces Ospreay, I ain't going to be opposed to this. I would be happy to get this one wrong. But I think they're going to give it to Archer, because now they're giving a little bit more TV, a little bit more programming time to the Killer Elite Squad, and they may want to have at least one of them win in this tournament, at least one match. Yeah, so far that's who I got winning in that part of the bracket, to the left side. Then we go to the right side. It was Tanahashi versus Shota Umino. Shota Umino is in the New Japan Cup tournament, and he's going to lose Tanahashi. I would be floored if Shota Umino won this. Tenzan versus David Finlay. Apparently, David Finlay dislocated his shoulder, got popped back in. He's going to see a doctor about it, but David Finlay is in the tournament, as of the recording of this video, at least. And I'm recording this February 26th. I don't know why I had to look at my calendar. Probably because I always forget how short of a month February is, because, I'm a smart person. But Finlay is going to get the victory here. And the reason is because it's, again, the same thing with Tenzan. Finlay getting a victory and winning at least one match isn't a bad idea. Because honestly, especially if his shoulder isn't in bad shape and if he was announced for the tournament, I think that he's okay. I'm good with Finlay winning here. Tenzan, he's like one of those kind of like Nagata. He can take a loss. Legend in New Japan and all that. And then we get Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. Why is this in the first round? Why isn't this in the second round? You're going to make me... Naito's losing in the first round. I know he's the Intercontinental Champion. I know he is. I know he's probably going to have a match against somebody at the G1 show. Or not Supercard. I think G1 Supercard of Honor. I think it's something like that. I believe that's what it is. Well, MSG show is just what I'm going to call it, because I always get titles confused in my head. But Naito will probably face somebody for the defending the Intercontinental title. But this match should be in the second round. Great. It gives people, two big guys to cheer for and everything. But Kota Ibushi's winning this. Kota Ibushi is winning against Naito here. And it's going to be a great match. It's going to be great to see Kota Ibushi back in the ring. The crowd is really going to be fucking torn about who to cheer for here. Because they love both guys. both these guys. But no, Kota Ibushi is winning. This will probably be the match of round one. I'd be very, very surprised if it wasn't. And then we get Evil versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now, Evil did beat Zack Sabre Jr. in the build to New Beginning in Sapporo. Sabre Jr. is winning here. Sabre Jr. is going to win here because he should. And because, you could have Evil win, and Evil versus Ibushi would be a very good match, but I have Sabre Jr. winning because I think Ibushi and Sabre Jr. need to face off, and it needs to be kind of a culmination of what happened at last year's tournament, and that's why Ibushi is going to, face Zack Sabre Jr. in the second round. And yes, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be at least a 15-minute war where probably Evil's going to tap out. But Evil could win. I mean, a lot of these matches could go either way. I know I keep throwing that kind of stuff out here. I'm sticking with Sabre Jr. winning. Sabre Jr. ain't advancing very far in this one. And he doesn't need to after winning last year's. Then we have Makabe versus Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana's in this tournament, and Colt Cabana is going to beat Makabe. Because they're going to go with something with Colt Cabana. They're going to have Colt Cabana advance at least to the second round or possibly the quarterfinals. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. But I got Colt Cabana beating Makabe. Makabe is part of the Never Openweight six-man champions, along with Yano and Taguchi. And Cabana gained the victory after the storytelling they've been kind of doing with Yano and Colt Cabana. That's why I have Yano beating Davey Boy Smith Jr. He's going to beat him by dubious methods. And then you're going to get Colt Cabana and Yano in the second round. And that's going to be interesting, especially with who I have them facing off against. But we get Kojima versus Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki is going to beat the bread club master. Or head of the bread club or something like that. I don't know what Kojima exactly calls himself as far as like head of the bread club and stuff like that. But hey, still, he loves bread. That's great. Kojima's losing here. It will be a good match. Suzuki will give him a good match, but Suzuki is advancing. This may be one of their best chances to give Suzuki some more wins after, I believe he put over Sonata in the match where it was Suzuki and Sabre Jr. versus Evil and Sonata for the IWGP Tag Team titles at New Beginnings Sapporo. So yeah, Suzuki's winning here. And then for the final first round match, Hiroki Goto versus Sonata. Sonata's winning. And that's going to be a damn good match. I am very, very excited. I love Goto. Goto is not going to get out of the first round, though. No Goto versus Suzuki. Sounds like a damn good match. Sonata winning is the right call. So now we get to the second round, and hopefully I can go a little bit faster with this because it's a lot harder to cover 16 matches in about 12 minutes. But anyway, Ishii versus Taichi. Ishii will get the victory here, as he should now, because I think Ishii is going to at least make it to the quarterfinals, as he should. And nothing against Taichi. If Taichi did it, cool. But I think Ishii would be the better choice. Because, yes, you need some heels, you need some people mixed up in that, but Ishii doing that would be so damn good because, again, of the 2018 he had. And then Yoshihashi versus Juice Robinson. And it's going to be Juice versus Tomohiro Ishii in the quarterfinals of that little bracket. Then we get Okada versus Hikuleo. At least what I have predicted. I mean, he's going to face he's either going to face the new Chaos member or Hikuleo. He can probably get a good match out of Hikuleo, who's still young and inexperienced. Good in the ring, but still inexperienced. Okada's going to advance easily. This might be like an 8-minute match. And then we get Will Ospreay versus Archer. Lance Archer, by the way, not the animated FX star. That would be interesting. It would be weird also. Ospreay is going to beat Archer. And it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a pretty damn good match. Archer can still go. He's better in tag team matches at this point because I think he's in his early 40s. But still, it's going to be good stuff. And then we get Tanahashi versus David Finlay. And Tanahashi is going to get the victory. Tanahashi will go on to the quarterfinals. And we're going to get a rematch of the G1 finals because Kota Ibushi is going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. I think you know where I'm going with who's going to win this tournament. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, again, obvious doesn't necessarily mean bad. But Ibushi is going to avenge the loss that he had against Zack Sabre Jr. last year in the New Japan Cup. And we're going to get Tanahashi versus Ibushi in the quarterfinals. And that's going to be, oh God, that's going to be great. That might outshine their G1 match if they give it enough time. And then Colt Cabana versus Yano. One of two things is going to happen. Colt is going to, Yano's going to hit the low blow on Colt and get the victory. Or Colt is going to do that to Yano. I have Yano doing it, though Colt Cabana facing off against who I have beaten. Colt Cabana winning would not be something I would be against, but I got Yano winning because Suzuki versus Sonata is going to have Suzuki win, and Suzuki is going to face and destroy either Yano or Colt Cabana. That is what's going to happen. Again, I have Yano winning, but I wouldn't be opposed to Colt Cabana getting the victory. I just don't know if they want to give him 2 victories in the tournament, especially with Yano. Yano can get some more comedy out of it. Even though Yano can actually wrestle. He did pretty good in the G1 last year, even though he kept losing. But yeah, we now go to the quarterfinals, and we get Tomohiro Ishii versus Juice Robinson, and Juice is going to beat Ishii. So the IWGP US champion is going to be in the semifinals. And that's going to also be a very good match. Then I have Okada versus Will Ospreay in the other semifinals match on the left side of the bracket, and Okada is going to beat Ospreay. Now, Ospreay, because here's the problem. It's like if you have Ospreay versus Jay White already at the anniversary show, yes, you had Okada versus Jay White at Wrestle Kingdom. But Okada getting close, so close to getting another crack at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship is how they should tell the story. Because Okada's a hell of a star, and so's Ospreay. But Okada will be in the semifinals. And then Tanahashi versus Kota Ibushi. And Kota Ibushi is going to avenge the G1 finals loss that he had last year. And Kota Ibushi is going to be in the finals, or semifinals. Or will he be in the finals? Then we have Suzuki versus Yano or Colt Cabana. Really, because either way they go with it, Suzuki is getting the victory. If they somehow have Yano or Colt Cabana beat Suzuki, Suzuki will rip up every single chair in whatever arena they're in and throw it. He will also then help with cleanup because he's an environmentalist. But he will also get angry. I have Suzuki, however, getting the victory. He will be in the semifinals, and then you have Juice versus Ibushi. or let's see, you have Juice. Well, actually, no, you would have Juice versus Okada if you had something like that. The bottom line is you're gonna have Juice, Ibushi, Okada, Suzuki in the semifinals. However they decide to work out this tournament bracket. And the two finalists are going to be Ibushi and Okada. And then Ibushi is going to win. And Ibushi is going to win the New Japan Cup. And the reason he is after Ibushi made his announcement and said he was going to be in the New Japan Cup, returned and everything after, 5 weeks after Wrestle Kingdom, Ibushi's going to win. If they have Okada win, I'm not opposed to it. If they had Juice win, I would not be opposed to it. They could have Suzuki do it. My thing is, they have Suzuki do it, then I don't think Jay White's going to gain the victory, and they would give it to Suzuki. But I have Ibushi winning out of those four guys. Juice, Juice would be a great story. Okada would be a great story. Suzuki would be a great story. Him gaining a crack and another chance at glory. But Kota Ibushi is going to challenge Jay White for the IWGP Heavyweight title by winning the New Japan Cup. Is Ibushi going to beat him? He could. But we're going to have to wait to get to that because we're going to have to wait to see what happens. But anyway, those are my predictions. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And once again, if you did happen to miss it in the very beginning, I might have to miss the March 10th and March 14th episodes due to work, my work schedule and all that stuff and my time being limited. Otherwise, I may try to have those reviews up a little bit later. But if I can't, I do apologize in advance. But anyway, that's what I have to say. Agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I am John Ritland, and I will see you soon.